Ladies and gentlemen, this is Prizers TV. I say this is Prizers TV, and I am here once more. I am here because there is one good news that I have for you today, and this good news is an amazing one. I am very, very happy, as I said earlier, because I never knew that what I am here for today would happen so soon. But all of a sudden, I am seeing it live, happening under my nose. And it is a good news. This is one of the best news ever this year. And that is the reason I'm here. If you check on my screen, you will see images of Uzodimma and some other images, especially with this one written ISERC. Well, and all these images you are seeing are one of the reasons that I am here, because I'm here for many, many reasons. But what you are looking at are one of the reasons. And they are mind-blowing when I go into details. By the way, you have already known some of them, because what you are looking at is a road, not a new road. It has been there for some time, but something else very huge happened in Imo State. The image you are looking at is coming from Imo State, actually. And this thing that's happened in Imo State, or that is happening in Imo State right now, is making me to feel happy. And after watching this video, you too, you are going to be very, very happy if you are from Imo State, or you are an Igbo man, or you are a Nigerian. Because this thing is a good news all over. It is a good news all over. But the news I have for you, there are many. But the first one I'm going to talk about today is going to shake you. Well, we are in Imo State. I don't want to make this video too long. Therefore, let me kickstart immediately. If you have been watching my video, you must have seen me complaining about some certain things I don't like in Imo State. But if I tell you that those things I have complained about, Uzodimma have started changing them, you will not believe it. Therefore, don't be surprised if someone else to tell you that Uzodimma is watching my videos. I'm here for two important reasons, and also to talk about other things. One of them is a shocker to me, and the other one is a shocker to Nigeria entirely. And I am going to make maybe a parable here. Not really a parable, but give instances. It's like on football. When you see someone losing 3-0, don't laugh at him. Because until the last minute of the match, since they are still on the pitch playing that ball, don't laugh and don't rejoice. This is the reason most of the time footballers don't rejoice, because things can turn around at any time. And that is exactly what is happening in Imo State. After this year, I am going to give names and marks, and also to give prize as to one of the best, or to the best governors in Southeast. Although I'm not going to invite them to my house to give them money, they are not going to come. So what I will do is I will just announce the person I feel that won the best prize, or did best project that changed the Southeast. And if you have listened to my channel, you will know that in the beginning, Uzodimma is not among my best two. But based on what I'm seeing now, based on what I'm seeing and the news I have for you, Uzodimma may be the best governor in Southeast for 2025. Because he has counterattacked and scored so many goals within 3 minutes. And remember, the time is not yet over. What Uzodimma did surprised me, and that is the reason I'm here. So let's go, and I tell you what is happening in Imo State. And if you are from Imo State, start rejoicing, because your state is a lucky state. Very, very beautiful things are going to start happening in Imo State. Now, let's start from the small ones. Well, if you check, I have talked about this Asumpta Flyover, because I love it and I love what Uzodimma did in Asumpta Flyover. This project is one of the iconic projects of Uzodimma. Although I've talked about it so many times, and many people have also talked about it, that a lot of people have begun to say, oh, we need another thing apart from Asumpta Flyover. Hope need to do more things. Sit down, because there is something going on secretly, and that thing is a blessing. And that blessing is coming from Uzodimma. Bigger than Asumpta Flyover, bigger than any project Uzodimma has delivered. But I will start from Asumpta Flyover, because what I'm going to mention is going to connect to Asumpta Flyover, especially on my first topic. So my first topic is, if you look, this is Asumpta Flyover, shining. To me, this is the best flyover in Nigeria currently. When you talk about beauty, this Asumpta Flyover is beautiful. is really beautiful and I love it. I also love the type of light Uzodimma put there. Maybe it shouldn't have been green because green is not giving light to the neighbors. Since Nigeria don't have enough light, it is better to use white so that the neighbors will enjoy the will I say the illumination. But Uzodimma knows the reason why he used the green, because you hear me complaining now, right? You are going to see the reason and hear the reason he is putting green, because the neighbors may not even need this light. You know, so he surprised me. Now, each of the time I come to Imo State, I used to complain that road in Imo State does not have walkways. If you have been following me, you would have heard me talking about road in Imo State don't have walkways. But the one Uzodimma constructed at Asumpta Flyover has walkways. And my last video that I did in Imo State, I applauded Uzodimma for that. If you check here, there is no provision made for walkways on here, on this road. And the same thing is over here. For you to walk here, you must walk through the bush and or walk on the road. There is no walkways here. And it keeps on so, and so. And me, when I talk about a state, whatever I see, I talk. If you feel that that is a critic, then it means you are making a big mistake because you want me to praise mediocre. No. The first time I saw this road, I praised the road because the road is beautiful. It is tiny and shining and wide, but it does not have walkways. When I began to analyze the road, I found that it does not have walkways. And after then, I moved to other road in Imo State. What you are seeing is center of Imo State, this place. But look at this road, it does not have walkways. I have made 3 videos talking about walkways in Imo State in the last 4 months. Now, do you know what happened this week? Uzodimma has ordered revision of all the walkways and the drainages. Ha! And not only that he has ordered it, the work has commenced. What you are seeing is Uzodimma is rebuilding all the road at the center. This is Port Harcourt Road in Imo State. Look at it. They are not constructing the road, only the walkways and drainages. This place you see had drainages before. They are now removing it, putting a fresh drainage that will have a cover. The cover will be the walkways. It is happening right now. If you go to Imo State, you go to Port Harcourt Road, they have started. They are doing it in all over the city. But it has already started at Port Harcourt Road. If you start from Asumpta Flyover, go around the Port Harcourt Road, all these things are happening. Look at it. It is going on. Look at it. The work is going on 24/7, everywhere. And when I saw this today, I was marveled. And I say, wow, Uzodimma is one of the best governors. Because the point is not about walkways. These walkways that I have complained a lot about did not start from Uzodimma. All the governors who have ruled or had served Imo State never thought about pedestrian walkways. They don't know what it is. And this affected development in Imo State. But surprisingly, all the new road constructed by Uzodimma has walkway. You see this road here? It is a new road constructed by not a new road. Road was there, but roundabout. This is Naze roundabout. When Uzodimma came into power, this place was like this. Uzodimma reconstructed it and put walkways. We are going to see the Naze roundabout, how it looks today. It has roundabout. And my last video, I also said it, that the road constructed by Uzodimma has walkways. This is Naze roundabout, constructed by Uzodimma. I'm going to show you where the image is clearer, because there we could not see the walkways, but I am going to show you the Naze roundabout, where the walkways is shown properly. And I think it's here. Yeah, see it. This is Naze roundabout. You see walkways here? See walkways? You see walkways over there? Now, and if you remember, I also told you about Asumpta Flyover, which Uzodimma constructed newly, which is this. Here has walkways, and when Uzodimma delivered it, he also delivered it with walkways. Where this woman is working on is known as walkways. So I have seen the images, and around it, everywhere around there has walkways. But the rest road constructed before Uzodimma came into office, they don't have walkways. Now Uzodimma has started the revision and putting walkways over there, because he has found out that Abia State, their roads have walkways. Ebonyi State, Abakaliki, 95% of road in Abakaliki has walkways. In Enugu, 98% of road in Enugu Center have walkways. In Anambra Oka, 70% or 80% have walkways. Then what happened to Imo State? The only walkways we could find is at the roundabout, reconstructed by Uzodimma. But after the roundabout, what happened? Walkway disappeared. Now, Uzodimma has started the work. Wow! This is one of the best news so far. It is one of the best news so far. Now, but the reason I'm here is not because of walkways. The reason is that Uzodimma is going to surprise everybody in the next 1 month. Hear me very carefully. And if you are from Imo State or if you are an Igbo man, be very, very proud. Because what Nigeria could not do, Imo State and Abia State have done them. And what is that? Well, if you check, Abia State introduced 24/7 power supply. Now, Imo State is about to announce the power supply 24/7. They have started doing test running. What you are seeing are the Egyptians who came to work with a Nigerian company known as Owerri. So these people have been at work for over 2 years now, and everything has been completed. The work has been completed. They are doing test running, and the announcement is what everybody is now waiting for. It is going to be a breaking news in Imo State. A breaking news. And this is going to be the second state to have 24/7 power supply in Nigeria. One thing Uzodimma said on interview, he said that his own is going to be for the whole state. He will turn it on everywhere, or Kigwe, everybody will be connecting immediately. Within a week, the entire Imo State will be using 24/7 power supply. His own is going to be managed by Egyptians. He said it on interview, and I was like, really? Really? This is going to be mind-blowing. This is going to be mind-blowing. See the companies, this Owerri, if you check here, Owerri Electricity. The people you are seeing here are the Egyptians. They have been in Imo State working for over a year, almost 2 years. This is a good news for Nigeria. At least out of the 36 states or 37 states, including Abuja, 2 states now have 24/7 power supply. And they are all southeastern states. What is this going to cause? Well, this has already started having a positive effect. Now, because if you are following up news, you must have heard that Uzodimma made an announcement, and that announcement is like, he made it through an interview, which he revealed that he had contacted all the oil companies working and taking oil from Imo State, but living in Lagos, to return to Imo State, or he will cut their contracts. And what those companies said, what they requested was security and good accommodation. And Imo State Governor Uzodimma promised them that the hotel you are looking at is 98% finished. Today, I'm not talking about the picture you are seeing, it's 98% finished, and this is 5-star hotel. Everything you need abroad, you need in Lagos will be here. So you should not be living in Lagos, paying tax in Lagos. Your company will be paying tax in Lagos, while the oil, the petroleum, and the gas you are taking is from Imo State. This is not contributing anything to Imo State. After discussing with those companies immediately agreed. Many companies, all of them agreed to come back to Imo State. One of the reasons that made them to come back to Imo State is 24/7 power supply. Because Uzodimma told them that you are living in Lagos. Lagos don't have 24/7 power supply. We will have 24/7 power supply. Very soon, all our street electric will be everywhere. The hotel you will live everywhere, including the people living in Lagos, will be coming to establish business in Imo State. Everything is going to start at Owerri. This hotel you are looking at, before the hotel is opened, 24/7 power supply has already started functioning in Imo State. After some hours conversation, all of them say, yes, we are coming back. They agree to come back. This is development. All the oil company taking oil from Imo State, they are returning back in Imo State. This is also going to generate money, because this oil company, they spend money. They are going to buy food, go around, consume stuffs, live life. People will have to visit them. Their family will be living with them. They pay tax. This is a very good step in Imo State, or for Imo State. Electricity, and now the oil companies are returning. When the 24/7 power supply will be announced, many Igbo people will troop into Imo State to buy land and build houses. Hotels will be selling. Now the road is being retouched. 24/7 power supply with a nice road, with pedestrian walkways. This hotel functioning. And this conference center functioning, everything working normal, believe me, Imo State is going to be a game changer. It's going to be a game changer. Now, why did I say earlier that somebody may be losing 3-0, you will think that he has lost? But since it is a football, don't rejoice at the end. Imo State Governor, Uzodimma, came to office. The first tenure, he did not do anything. Not that he did not do anything, but I can't pinpoint something that I would say this is what Uzodimma did 4 years ago. If you have, please tell me. Apart from some road, every governor is repairing. Every governor repairs road. Repair one street and the other. And even the street and the road they repaired in Imo State did not have pedestrian walkways, so they are easy to repair. You just come and scrap asphalt today, and tomorrow you lay another asphalt. But pedestrian walkways and drainages, there is where the work is. So the first 4 years, I did not see anything. And even the road I saw, when I came to analyze road, to give road mark, they were all poor roads because the road did not have walkways. The road did not have shoulder. They were just plain asphalt. Some of them does not even have medians. But that one is a story for other level. So, but in a very short time, Uzodimma started, and now he's talking about 247 power supply, build this bridge within 2 years. Finish Asumpta flyover. Road is there because I don't rate road like that, you know. But let's say roundabout. No need to mention roundabout. Every governor does roundabout, and if you count roundabout, you will tire because if you go to Enugu State is building all the roundabout. There are about 700 roundabouts, so we don't count roundabouts here. Okay, so but in the last this thing, and remember, he is also developing bus terminal. Everything happening within 2 years. Within 2 years. If Uzodimma had started earlier, who knows where Imo State would have been? But it is said that no time is late, especially now that he has started delivering solid projects. Let's thank God that let it continue to be like this, or even more, because his tenure has not finished. He still have a long way to go. Therefore, from next year, we are going to see new projects. But what we have at hand is to be celebrated, especially these power plants and electric generation, which the company is going to generate enough power for the whole state at the same time. This is going to be a mind-blowing success. This is going to be a mind-blowing success. And what surprised me is not because of the power, but because of the road that he has started reconstructing. When he finished reconstructing the pedestrian walkways, come and see how people are going to troop into Imo State. Because if you had watched my channel in the beginning, you would hear me complaining about these people walking on the road. See, no pedestrian walkways. Everybody's walking on the road. It did not supposed to be like that. See them. If you look at my right, you see people walking over there. This place they are walking is a lane. It is not even a shoulder. It is a lane. This is 4-lane road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Had it been that this line you see here, this last line by my right, is straight, then you would take here as a shoulder. A shoulder is where a motorcycle or bicycle runs sometimes. Or when your car is spoiled, you can actually go to shoulder and park with 3 intermittents or 4 intermittents. But this, where the people are walking, is shoulder. So nobody who likes life or who live with family would like to live in a town that does not have pedestrian walkways. Why? Because of your children. Car can hit them at any time. If you look, most of the people working here, they are all adults. And after some complaining, maybe from me, Uzodimma has announced the retouchment. With 247 power supply, with this place having pedestrian walkways, wow, Imo State is going to be heaven. It's going to be heaven, and it is going to be the best places in the world. And if you can remember, or if you have watched my video anyway, during the time I was complaining about the pedestrian walkway, I talk about this road. Because look at a beautiful road here in Imo State. No pedestrian walkways. People even use their leg to create pedestrian walkway by themselves. Thank God for the good news we have now, that Uzodimma is changing these drainages and creating pedestrian walkways. All this place will have pedestrian walkways. Wow! This is a good news. Very, very, very good news. Now, I have a question. Because many people don't know the power of media. This is the reason that if you don't have media, everybody will be making mistakes and nobody to complain. My channel is a small channel, but my aim is not because of the channel, no. Is to cause a kind of change in Nigeria and the Southeast in particular. And one important thing is that I don't just tell you that something is wrong when it is right. I don't tell you something is right when it is wrong. The reason is that you don't bribe me because you don't even know me. You can't even maybe challenge me because you don't even see me. Okay, so therefore, I'm working as an angel, just telling you the pure truth. Now, my question is, do you believe that it was because of my complaint about pedestrian walkway that Uzodimma ordered to build it? If it is because of that, believe me, I will thank God, because one of my dreams is to make sure that what I'm saying is having effect somewhere. Not to take the credit, but to make sure that our people are getting it the way it's supposed to be. I have just seen that everybody's afraid to talk about one thing or the other. The reason is that when you talk, they say you are criticizing them. Even when what you are saying is true, then they don't want you to tell them that this thing is supposed to be here and you didn't put it. Everybody wants praise, and everybody praises you when you are on top because they are afraid. Why is it that nobody is telling them that this thing is supposed to be like this, that thing is supposed to be like that? But not by criticizing them, but by saying, no, this thing is supposed to be like this and it's like that. Telling them that the other one is better than this one because this one does not have one thing or the other, which is exactly what I'm doing. If I come, I see your road, I say, no, your own does not have this. Go to the other states, they are doing it better. Go to Abia State, he's covering all his pedestrian walkways with drainages, that everything is looking for. Why is it in Imo State? Imo State is richer than all these states. And that is true. When I was talking about it, I said Imo State is richer than some of all these states. Why is it that Imo State does not have good drainages and pedestrian walkways? Where is their money? They're supposed to have better road than other states. Why is it that their road is worst? They create a type of road that children will be praising them without knowing that the roads are fake. The road Imo State they are fake road. You can't build this road in urban city. Never. Road without pedestrian walkway. Where do people pass? Then the road is fake because it's easy to do, it's easy to construct. If any governor want to change this asphalt, one day they will scrap all this thing and replace the asphalt immediately. The next day you call Bola Ahmed Tinubu for launching, and Ahmed Tinubu will come and everybody will clap and TV will show black quota. But where will people walk? Nowhere. Where is pedestrian walkway? Nowhere. Because pedestrian walkways, they take time to do. You can't do pedestrian walkway in one day. And this is the reason I say Imo State is richer than Abia State. Imo State is richer than Enugu State, based on what Imo State is getting from the oil. They get more than Anambra State, than Enugu State, than Ebonyi State, but all these states have better road. Then what is happening? When you come to Imo State, they have three lanes, no pedestrian walkways, nowhere that people could walk. Then where is the money? What are they using their money for? What is the meaning of the wealth? You have oil well everywhere. Boasting I have oil well in the south, in the east, we have more than 200, but your road is like this, and the people who don't have oil well, their road is better. What is then the problem? But good governor has listened. He heard it. I believe either he heard it or someone who heard our voice went to tell him that I think our road is supposed to have pedestrian walkway. And now it is happening. Wow! This is a very good step. A very good step. So when I heard it, I was very, very marvelous. So I don't want to make this video too long because what I come here to do is to thank Uzodimma to hear the cry of people, because what I am is like cry of everybody. But I know that nobody in Nigeria will tell Uzodimma, oh, what are you doing? Where is the pedestrian walkway? EFCC will come and ask you, oh boy, come here, I want to ask you a question. Who gave you that microphone you are using to talk? Especially when you are talking and you want to take the credit like challenging them. No, they are not going to listen. They are going to even, oh my God, I know how it works. That's the reason nobody complained. If you go to Facebook, all the children posting their road, they can never talk about the pedestrian road walkways. I know, they have seen it, but they cannot say it. If you say it, problem. And thank God that, believe me, all these governors that are in power now, believe me, they are all marvelous when it comes to Southeast. They are marvelous. But what Uzodimma is doing lately is more than marvelous. I have said that I don't know how Uzodimma is sleeping because only one person is working on renovation of Concord Hotel. This power plant that is going to announce 24/7 power supply. He is also doing the Asumpta Flyover going on 24/7. He is as well working on World Trade Center. Wow! His telephone will be ringing every 4 minutes. Because all these projects you see, they are not easy at the same time. And other things he's doing, like maybe road and so on and so forth. So thank God that the Asumpta Flyover is now over. I believe that everything has finished there. The last time he was there, he was on top and greeting people, and people were very happy about the Asumpta Flyover. Look at that. Wow. Oh, This man is not very happy. Maybe they knock his house down during the construction. Why I don't smiling, bros? You know, and see this guy is looking at him. I think something else is wrong here. And these two people, look, this guy and this guy are looking at this man. Is this man challenging Hope Uzodimma because Hope Uzodimma is waving hand to them? You see, this is what it is. And the man refused to wave hand, refused to do everything. And the two people are looking at him. I think something is happening. Maybe he is asking a very serious question. But the way his face, this guy don't laugh. Hope Uzodimma find a solution to his problem. Okay. So I just came here to announce about what is happening in Imo State and how I feel about the 247 power supply that they are doing the test run right now, checking this thing, making sure that when it is fully turned on, nobody will complain and it will not be turned off anymore. That when the announcement is made, it's turned on and it is turned on. It's turned on. So whatever you will be hearing is connection. Everybody will be connecting and the street will be connected. I believe the very day it will be announced, which is not going to be longer than a month, this whole street light will turn on. And from that day, it will never turn off at night again. And this brought to the reason when I say that Hope Uzodimma would have used a brighter light than green for the Asumpta flyover. But I found out that within some weeks, they are going to turn the electric on. So the neighbors are not going to need any light from Asumpta flyover. You understand? So they don't. By the way, Asumpta flyover is white. Where are they getting the white light? Because if you look here, the light is white. If you look at here, the light is white. But all these bulbs of fluorescence, they are green. Where are they getting the white light? Okay, the green is only by the pole, but the main light is white up there. You may not see it, but up there you see it is okay. This blue is just to show you that this pole, they are here, and that will also help you to direct you when you are driving. But the main light is above the blue light. This is like a direction. This is showing you direction for you to know pole is here, and this is, oh yeah, it's good. It's good at night. It's good. Oh yeah, this is a very nice work. It is a very nice work. Look at it here. Here you can see it very well. Check my right. You see this one has two blue and white light at the top. This one down here has white light at the top. This one has white light at the top. And the CCTV camera. Hope Uzodimma is using CCTV camera also. CCTV cameras. You see? There is light here, but what we are seeing here are CCTV cameras. I don't know whether you can see it over here. CCTV camera. Here, this one does not have CCTV camera. This one does not have. This one does not have, because they are all solars. But this one here has CCTV camera. Good job, Hope Uzodimma. Nice one. And you can see, this is a nice addition. Okay, so I just came here to show you what is happening in Imo State, which I love very much. And it is about the 247 power supply, and I love it. And another thing I want to talk about Imo State is that many people don't know that Imo State is very beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. What remains in Imo State is only the pedestrian walkways. By the time Imo State has pedestrian walkway, come and see how Imo State is beautiful. See the town of Imo State. All the houses you see here, they are either 4, 5, 6, 3-story building. The 2-story building is when you are getting here. This one is even, this is 3-story building, 2-story building. Over there is more than 5. And here, down here you see this one is more than 4 or 5. Over there is, and the roofs, they look amazing. Believe me, I like Imo State a lot. See how it is? It's nice. The only thing is that I will blame is maybe the pedestrian walkways, and what Hope Uzodimma is doing is going to help a lot when we talk about the pedestrian walkways. And also I will have to talk about how the inside of the conference center is, which is marvelous. This is Imo State Conference Center. Wow, very huge, very massive. Very massive. Look at it. Look at it. Wow. Look at the outside. It is still not yet completed, but almost done. So this is how it is. It's very, very big, very, very big. The only thing that I talked about it is that it is a peak roof. Had it been that it is a contemporary or futuristic, it would have looked better, but it is good. So here is the Asumpta, and here is the conference center as well. The conference center, and these are the new seats and so on and so forth. So Hope Uzodimma have done a lot within this short period of time. So I am going to close here, and see you next time, because I have another video that I will talk about the Southeast. From then, I will talk more about other states and go around and show you what is happening around the world anyway. But sometimes I found good news which I would like, which are like this one that I brought to you. Because this is a good news. This is a good news. It's one of the best news. Now, we will be hoping that Enugu, Anambra, and Ebonyi State will have their electricity very soon. They will have their electricity very soon. Especially, well, I don't want to say especially. Because we have to be very sure of what we are talking about. But let's hope, because if Abia and Enugu have the power supply, yeah, it's the Enugu and Anambra and Ebonyi will figure it out how to get their own as well. Because that is the first thing when you talk about development. I have always said this before, that people from the south, especially the southeast, let them not be looking at other states before they begin to think about development. They should be comparing themselves with other African countries. What is happening? Nigeria is going backward. So don't think that Lagos does not have a power supply, then you are not going to look for power supply. Don't say that Abuja and Kano, that you are not going to look for power. No. Nigeria is backward. Formerly, we used to be giant of Africa, but currently, no. No. All the African countries are getting their problems solved. I cannot tell you for sure any African country that does not have power supply. Why is it that a country as rich as Nigeria does not have power supply? Including Niger has power, and Nigeria supplies them power. Burkina Faso has power. Ghana, the same thing. Where is African giant? African giant by name? Therefore, governors in the south, please don't look on Abuja and Lagos. Hustle for yourself. And I'm not talking only about power alone, but about everything. When it comes to development, construction of road, go and check other countries in Africa. See how they are constructing their road. Don't go and copying any state in Nigeria, including Abuja. Abuja is not a beautiful city. I have always said it. Abuja is not beautiful. You can't compare Abuja with any other African capital city. Tell me. Unless very, very poor countries. Then, where are we? Giant of Africa. This is the reason everything is going backward. Because Abuja and Lagos, they are leading. But they are leading wrongly. They build total buildings here and there, chuck everybody the same place. Everybody is lazy. Nobody wants to hustle for electricity. How is it that with all the money Lagos State has, it cannot bring power supply? Abuja, the same thing. State capital. Federal capital. No power supply. Using generator. All the African countries laughing at you. You still can't find a way to figure it out. Man, this is unbelievable. Nigerians traveling to everywhere. Because those countries they travel to, you may call them Zambia, Gambia, that Nigerians are in Angola, Nigerians are in Ghana, Nigerians are in Cameroon. They are small countries, but they have power supply. Therefore, what Uzodimma is doing and what Alex Otti has done is a problem that the whole country could not solve. These people come up to solve them. A problem that the president could not solve, they come up to solve it. And we will also praise Igbo people that solving the electricity problem has started from the Igbo land. Where is the money getting from oil in the Niger Delta that you can't solve power supply problem? The little Imo State are getting, they are managing it to solve power problem and also developing very rapidly, especially in the last 3 years. This means that there is something in Igbo land. Igbo land may be richer than we know. Because when Nigeria want to talk about wealth, they talk about oil. Any state that does not have oil will be valid as a poor state. The more oil, the more state you have, the more money you have. Now you go, you say, okay, why is the money in Niger Delta? Bayelsa, what are you doing with your money? River State, what are you doing with your money? You are using it to construct bridges? It doesn't make sense. Solve the main problem, which is power. But everybody misusing their money. Politicians saving the money for campaign. When the campaign, when the time reach, they use it to buy votes. They cause problem. If unbelievable, no country is like this. Everybody is hating Nigeria or hating on Nigeria because of the way our politicians are mismanaging our money. Thank God, God has sent good leaders in the Southeast. Nobody ever believed that Uzodimma, who spent 4 years doing nothing, is now handling a lot of projects at the same time. And one of the projects is going to break record. Because based on what Uzodimma said, this power plant is even heavier than other power plants. This one, all the villages will have power. Anywhere you live in Imo State, since you are within Imo State, they will turn it on and power will turn on everywhere. This is a mind-blowing project. Mind-blowing project. Therefore, after this is done, because I know the rest of the states, they will be working on it. And I also pray that the rest of the states in Nigeria join, apart from Imo State. People must know how to figure their problem out and solve it. Also, I will say this Tinubu government is a good government. It's a government that gives everybody right to hustle. Nobody now is waiting for federal government to give you power supply. No. Go and solve it on your own. This is the best government I have ever seen in Nigeria. Because with this, we have seen the effect. We have seen the developments happening in the Southeast. And I believe people from other regions will be asking their governors question. What are you people doing? With this, you can know who is lazy and who is not lazy. It's no more by President love me, or no, if President loves you, let he give you money to go and bring power supply, to go and bring development, build new roads, create new cities, build new bus terminals, bring new buses, begin to change your state. It's no more running to Abuja every day. You are in Abuja, you are not returning home. Uzodimma surprised everybody. What we never expected. Wow. So I will stop here and I will give all the governors advice. Don't look on Abuja when you want to bring development to Igbo land, if you are from the Southeast. Don't look on Lagos. Those people, they failed. I'm telling you, with all the money Lagos have more money than some countries in Africa. Lagos is not beautiful. Who say Lagos is beautiful? Where is the money? Most of the houses you see in Lagos, individual. Majority of them are owned by even people from the Southeast. Then what do they use it to do? Seaports, everything in Lagos. If a good country can generate what Lagos is generating, oh, when you see that country, you'll be marveled. I have always said this. Go to Morocco, where government is working properly. See Rabat, see Casablanca. Go to Algiers in Algeria. Go to Tunisia. Go to Rwanda. I'm even going too far. All these Sahel countries. Go to Senegal. Senegal is like London. How much does Senegal have? Dakar is now changing like one of the most beautiful cities in the world. You can't compare Dakar with Lagos. You can't compare Dakar with Abuja. It is giving 5 miles to all these 2 states. Therefore, nobody should be comparing with Lagos and Abuja when you are thinking about development. Because those people is like, they don't want even development. Where is the money they are generating? Everything that we are using in Nigeria has to pass through Lagos. Pay tax in Lagos. Including embassy. Some embassies are in Lagos. American embassy in Lagos. Building new embassy in Lagos, not even in Abuja. International airport in Lagos. And look at how Lagos looks. No, Nigeria has failed. So, any state governor should not be comparing his state with Lagos and Abuja, because those 2 states failed. And this is the mistake many people are making by constructing their road. And no, don't do it again. Don't construct road like Lagos. Don't construct road like Abuja. The other day, I saw Owerri running on a road in Abuja, and a vehicle was following him. The reason is that there is no pedestrian road in Abuja Center where Owerri was running on. What the road has is a shoulder. So that car will not hit Showore, he has to call either his brother or a friend to be driving slowly, following him at the back with trafficator light. All the countries in Africa, when they build their road, they build pedestrian walkways. They even build bicycle track where you can cycle. All those things, Abuja doesn't do it. Abuja don't do it. Lagos don't do it. When you go to Nigeria, we have Marina Road, Marina Road. What is Marina Road? Marina Road is supposed to have bicycle track and walkways, large one. I have a place like parks everywhere because it's by the sea. That is the reason it is called Marina Road. Nigeria is a very, very congested road with a train line, noisy and dirty. Go and Google Marina Road in every country. Just write Marina Road. Or write Marina Road in Africa. You see other African countries, like Tanzania Marina Road. The problem Nigeria have is Lagos and Abuja. We are taking plans from what Abuja is and copying from them. We don't know that they failed. Abuja, you see, and you respect, has nothing. What it has is what every state is supposed to have. You must have, like, what do you call it? You must have at least government buildings. All those government buildings that this one is for Minister of Information, this one is for Minister of Health, for Justice. You must have 3-arm zone. You must have Central Bank. Of course, Central Bank will build a beautiful house. But what about the town planning? They did nothing. Everybody's copying from wrong way of construction. Wike, they are praising Wike that Wike is constructing road in Abuja. Where is bicycle track? A city like Abuja does not have bicycle track where people can be walking and cycling bicycle. It doesn't even have pedestrian walkways where people will walk. Hardly. Sometimes you find pedestrian walkways. Where are the parks? Where are the spaces created for all these things in all this road? A full capital city. And this capital city is a capital city that built after Lagos. When everybody is saying that Lagos is being congested, let's build a new city. On building a new city, you could not think about bicycle track. You could not think about parks. You could not think of... The only thing Abuja did is plant trees everywhere with sometimes pedestrian road, and that is all. Majority of the time, no pedestrian road. I saw Showore jogging, and that was like unbelievable. This thing is not good. It's not good. Therefore, I thank the governors in the southeast what they are doing, and I thank Uzodimma for what he's doing, especially when it comes to this retouchment he has started in Imo State. If he can give pedestrian walkways and can also give bicycle track, that will be marvelous. Get it painted red, man. Imo State will transform and look like a different thing. Because I can see it's not because of space anymore. It's because of Abuja and Lagos. This is the reason these people are making mistakes. Because let me show you one thing here, which I have seen. Okay, like here now, this road or this place is large enough to create pedestrian walkways, create bicycle track, and everybody will enjoy life smoothly. This is 4-lane road. If you join them, there are 8 lanes, 4 going and 4 coming. 3 lanes will be okay. Use one of this one, bicycle tracks and pedestrian walkways. This will change the entire Imo State. Then people will be copying from here. Even when nobody is riding bicycle. The reason people don't ride bicycle is, where would you take bicycle to go? Here. Bicycle track sometimes is not only made for bicycle, but also for wheelbarrow. Also for people who want to jog, people who want to run during the Saturday and Sundays. Then you begin to see people coming here to build new houses, and because they have a place to enjoy and run and do all those things. But everybody is watching Lagos and Abuja, thinking that they are copying better things because you come, you put asphalt, you put on the median, you put street light, you have good road. No, it's not like that. Well, and I am happy that things have started changing anyway. So, and even sometimes we will also have to praise our governors because in some states in Nigeria, they don't have good road like this. Imo State is really trying, I'm telling you. But not only Imo State. Right now, in Igbo land, they have good road. There is good road in Igbo land. Enugu, good road. Ebonyi State, good road. Imo State, good road. When you go to Abia State, their road is even the best. Anambra State is doing their best. You compare it to what, because I have checked on my channel, you will see that I've talked about Edo State. Compare it to what is in Edo State. Edo State have good road, but only around the ring road, that roundabout. The more you go is the rough road. You begin to see potholes. It is very hard for you to see potholes within Owerri. I can guarantee you that. Very hard for you to see potholes in Ebonyi State. Very hard for you to see potholes in Enugu State. Well, Enugu even won the best state in Nigeria. So the Igbos, they are trying. But if they want the area to look better, they must think about pedestrian walkways and also bicycle track. Thank you very much for watching, because my coming here is to show you that our governors are doing very well, especially Hope Uzodimma. Even the mistakes the previous governors did, he has started correcting them. Now, we don't know the limit he will do. We pray that Hope Uzodimma is going to give us bicycle track and pedestrian walkway, or at least give pedestrian walkways, okay? But if you want to surprise everybody, give bicycle track. Okay, so I am going to stop here, and if you check this road they are building, you find that the road has no problem. Let me zoom it. The road itself has no problem. There's no potholes. Hope Uzodimma is only doing it because of pedestrian walkways and the drainages, which is very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Hope Uzodimma, we are going to applaud you, believe me. So this is not easy. It is the first time that our governors began to think and even began to change mistakes done by other governors. If anybody had told us that this will be happening in the southeast 5 or 6 years ago, we would not have believed it. That road in the five eastern states will be very, very good, to the extent that they have enough to even be changing their road in order to create pedestrian walkways. This is unimaginable. Therefore, keep on what you are doing, because it is applaudable. So thank you very much for watching. This is Prizers TV, and my coming here is just to thank Uzodimma and praise him for what he has done in the last maybe 3 years or 2 years. It is marvelous. It is marvelous. And believe me, next year he's still going to do more, because I have seen that after, when the light come to Imo State, things are going to prove. People are going to come more here. More people are going to troop in here. Development and more taxes. And he has already told the oil company that all of them will move to Imo State, which they have all agreed. We are expecting to see a busier Imo State. Therefore, those people working in oil company, if they have bicycle track or even pedestrian walkway, then they can run on Sunday and Saturdays. This is how a good city looks. And that is why I say that any state that want to bring development should not look at Lagos, because Lagos is not a beautiful city. And if you want to surprise Nigeria as a governor, to surprise Nigeria is very easy. To surprise Nigeria is, don't look at Lagos, don't look at Abuja. Look at other countries. See how their road is. Bring the type of road they are building in Côte d'Ivoire. Bring the type of building, the road they are constructing in Senegal, where you will see bicycle track, pedestrian walkway, everywhere looking shining, with a street light here already. You will defeat Lagos. You will defeat Abuja, because they don't have this. Even now, you are defeating Abuja and Lagos because they don't have 247 power supply. Therefore, presently, Imo State is ahead Abuja and Lagos today, because of the power supply it is going to announce very soon. If Imo State could give bicycle track, now it is on the heaven, because Imo State is a beautiful state already. The only thing it needed is have a different road from what Abuja and Lagos has. This is the biggest mistake Lagos and Abuja committed. They believe on selling land, chucking everybody the same place. Instead of to create a space for road, nobody thought about it. Everybody want to sell one plot. They build. Everywhere they got congested. Imo State is very spacious. It can still do and create nice road and nice pedestrian road, make everything wider, and we will applaud them more. Because this thing is not what individual can do. No, a state governor can do it, which is what Hope Uzodimma is doing. It's not a rocket science. It's something that you will just, like as Hope Uzodimma has started, pedestrian, bicycle track. Finish. Everything will change in Imo State. You see bicycle track marked red, painted red, with its culvert, then shoulder and road. You see pedestrian walkway. Man, everything will change. The next state in Igbo land will copy from here. Another one will copy, another one will copy. Forget Abuja. Abuja cannot do that anymore, because they have already spoiled it. They cannot create that space anymore. The same thing with Lagos. Lagos cannot do it. You can't do. Which road are you going to create bicycle track? Where are you going to create pedestrian walkways? Because the type of pedestrian walkways Lagos was supposed to have had as the major city, and Abuja would have been the number one. But they don't. So, I will stop here, and thank you very much for watching. And know it that you've been watching Prizers TV, and Prizers TV is very, very happy about what is happening in Igbo land entirely, especially this electric power supply, which Imo State is about to announce, and which Abia State has already gotten one, and also about what we complain much about, which is this pedestrian walkway and drainages. So thank you very much for watching, and we pray that Hope Uzodimma live long in his life, for giving Imo State one of the things that Imo State really needed. So, and I'm talking about pedestrian walkways and also about the electricity. Imo State is where people thought that, especially Uzodimma, that he is not doing anything in the state. But look at what is happening today. He is now a good example. Believe me, everybody now has to copy from Uzodimma. Uzodimma is now going to announce about power supply, and the road in Imo State and Owerri will be having pedestrian walkways, good drainages, and maybe likely bicycle track, which is that one is not on the budget. Okay, I'm the one that's saying bicycle track, like if you want to surprise everybody. But I don't think he can do that one. Okay, so but even with pedestrian walkways, we are happy. We are happy. Pedestrian walkway with 247 power supply, we are more than happy. So thank you very much for watching, and we are here to thank Uzodimma. If not because Uzodimma, this is his last years in office, because he's already finished. So he's not going to contest any election. But the step he has made and what he has laid now, he has already laid a, what I say, he has already laid a type of a form which the next governor who is coming to Imo State will then carry on from there. If he produces this pedestrian walkway, the next governor will start from where Uzodimma stopped, and maybe within some years, all the Imo State in general will have pedestrian walkways. Okay, and the mistake Abuja and Lagos made, please, nobody should be copying pedestrian walkways from them. They did not plan for it. They don't even know what it is. This is the reason African countries are laughing at us. Ghana laugh at Nigeria. Cote d'Ivoire laugh at Nigeria. South Africa laugh at Nigeria. Why? We don't have anything to boast. And what is the problem? The road. It is the road. It's not the house. It's the way they create and they construct the road. When they say road is bad, it's because of the way the road is constructed. Road is not only tie road and no. You need a good town planner who will design road. Think about people who will walk on the road. Think about spacing, making sure that everywhere should not be chalked. Create enough space for the cars and for the people. Make people to feel free. Well, I don't want to talk too much. Thank you very much for watching, and I am closing my destiny here. The reason is that I am just here telling people that they should not be looking at Lagos and Abuja. Please. Lagos and Abuja, they got everything wrong. Give us better development than Lagos and Abuja, and this is the aim of this channel, for people to look away from Lagos and Abuja and continue looking at any other African country. If possible, look to Europe. Whenever you are going to construct road, anything, don't look at Lagos, don't look at Abuja. Look at any other country. Think about their road. See how their road is. See how they create their road. See the space they create. See plazas. Make everywhere wide. Then you defeat Lagos and Abuja. We're not talking about a skyscraper here. And this channel is about development. We don't mind about how much you make, whether you pay salary, whether this one, whether no. Our own is to make sure that everywhere is clean, beautiful, and looking nice. I am also going to talk about Lagos. And when I reach to talk about Lagos, I will show you Lagos and I'll tell you the mistakes they are making, which is very, very hard for them to correct it, but it's not impossible. Lagos can still correct, but you have to demolish so many houses to create a space. That is the point. You cannot demolish a hotel in order for you to create a space. This is what I mean. If you construct skyscraper, you can't demolish skyscraper for you to create bicycle track. No country does it. You can't do that. The road is already tight. Go to Coast Hotel Road. Is that how that place is supposed to have looked? No, it's supposed to be spacious. Bicycle is supposed to be there to be, people who want to walk and people who want to ride bicycle. That is enjoyment. That is what life is all about. If you go to Lagos and you want to train in the evening, where do you go? A good country, that Marina Road that they have, supposed to have bicycle track where people will be riding and enjoying, passing by the water and seeing water and stuff like that. No, they did not do it. Everywhere is about to train. Everywhere is about to road. Everywhere about to shop, skyscrapers. Everywhere. No, that is not how to build road. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and then I will come tomorrow. I said tomorrow. Well, yeah. My next video is still going to talk about the southeast, and after then we will progress to be talking about other areas, because I need to be showing you what is happening in other places, so that our people will be learning from there. I want to remove our mind from Abuja and Lagos. No, we don't want that anymore. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. You'll be watching Prizes TV.